You know those big dreams we all have? Those brilliant ideas? The things we swear we're going to do someday? But how do you actually get from someday to today? Well, let's break down a super simple but really powerful framework that turns those fuzzy wishes into things you can actually do. So let's get real for a second. Why do so many of our goals just fall apart? We get all excited, maybe we make a New Year's resolution to learn a new skill, and then poof, a few weeks go by, the motivation is gone, and we're right back where we started. It's frustrating, and pretty much everyone has been there. I mean, this is a total classic, right? The dream is, this is the year I learn guitar. But the reality? That guitar becomes a very expensive dust collector. The gap between what we want to do and what we actually do can feel massive. But here's the good news. There's a way to build a bridge over that gap. And here it is. It's called a SMART goal. Now, this isn't some complex, high-tech productivity hack. It's actually a super straightforward way to give your goals the structure they need to, actually happen. By making them specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, you turn a vague wish into a real, solid plan. The whole thing is built on these 5 key ingredients. Seriously, just think of it as a checklist for building a goal that's practically designed to succeed. Let's walk through each one so you can see what I mean. First up, S is for specific. This is the absolute foundation. A vague goal is basically powerless. It gives you zero direction. A specific goal, though, answers the most important question right from the start. What exactly am I trying to do here? You can feel the difference right away. I want to get fit is a nice idea, but it's not a plan. What does fit even mean? But I will jog for 30 minutes every morning. Now that is something you can actually wake up and do. It's clear, it's precise, it's actionable. Next, we have M for measurable. And this is a big one. Think about it. If you can't measure your goal, how in the world will you know if you're making any progress? How will you know when you finally cross the finish line? Being able to measure it makes your progress real. And trust me, that's a huge motivator. Saying, I will study more is just impossible to track. Did 5 extra minutes count? An hour? But I will study for 2 hours every day. That's crystal clear. You either did it or you didn't. This keeps you accountable and, just as important, it lets you celebrate those little wins along the way. Okay, on to A for achievable. This is the reality check part of the process. Your goal should definitely stretch you, but it shouldn't be so out there that it's impossible. It has to be realistic for where you are right now. Setting yourself an impossible goal is just a recipe for getting frustrated and quitting. Look at this. I will learn 5 new languages this year is a lot. It's overwhelming just thinking about it. Now compare that to I will learn basic French in 3 months. See? That feels challenging, but totally doable. It's a great reminder that small, consistent steps are what lead to the really big results. Then we get to R for relevant. This is the all-important why. Why are you doing this? Does this goal actually matter to you and fit in with your bigger picture? When a goal is relevant, it plugs into your own internal motivation, and that's the stuff that keeps you going when things get tough. This is really all about making sure your energy is pointed in the right direction. Becoming a gourmet chef is a fantastic goal, but it's completely irrelevant if what you really need to do is pass a math exam. Solving 10 math problems a day, now that directly helps you with your bigger objective. And finally, we have T for time-bound. This is the ultimate weapon against procrastination. Why? Because a goal that doesn't have a deadline is just a dream. It's a someday thing. Adding a target date creates a sense of urgency and pushes you to actually get started. Let's be honest with ourselves. Someday isn't on the calendar. It's the land of forgotten goals. But what about committing to the gym 4 times a week for the next month? That is a real commitment. It turns a vague idea into something you can actually schedule and plan your life around. Okay, so we have all 5 pieces of the puzzle. Now let's put them all together and see how this works in the real world. Let's take this super common, super vague goal. I want to get better at math. Let's run it through the SMART filter and see what comes out. So let's build it step by step. To make it specific, we'll focus on practicing multiplication. To make it measurable, we'll do 10 problems a day. Is that achievable? Yeah, that should only take about 20 minutes, totally doable. It's super relevant if we're trying to improve exam scores. And to make it time-bound, we'll do this every day for the next 2 weeks. And here's what we get at the end. I will practice 10 multiplication problems daily for 20 minutes to prepare for exams over the next 2 weeks. Just feel how powerful that statement is. Compare that to the original, I want to get better at math. One is a wish. This new version, this is a plan. This is a roadmap to success.
So what's the big takeaway here? The SMART framework isn't just a clever acronym to remember. It's a practical, hands-on tool. It's your personal roadmap for turning those fuzzy daydreams into actual, concrete actions. It gives you the clear direction you need to stay focused and motivated, and it makes success something you can plan for, not just hope for. And that brings us to the most important step of all, actually putting this to use. So I have a question for you. Think about your own ambitions, your own to-do list. What's one vague goal you're holding on to that you can make SMART, starting right now?